Hi traders, I'm Luke from Disciplined Trader, and this video is just following on from the main new premium journal video that I made. This is going to be a run through the crypto version of the new premium journals. So as with all the journals, we'll start here on the Start Here tab. This just has some basic information for you. How to access the support community at community.disciplinedtrader.co.uk. That's got all the support that you'll need for using these journals. There is a short tutorial of playlists on the community and on the course section as well. This is just to let you know that. Where you can go to ask questions and report a bug, again, is the community section. And if you want to install the Open Sans font that the journal uses, you can go and download that for free. And again, there's a tutorial video to show you how to do that. If you don't want this tab on your journal, once you've read this information, you can just right click and press delete, and that will get rid of the tab for you. And then we come over to the dashboard. Now this is sort of to give you a snapshot glimpse of what the account looks like. So we get the win rate pie chart in the top left corner. We've got some journal statistics with things like average hold time, account growth, R rate, trade expectancy, and trades taken, things like that. This will look at all the trades logged within the journal itself, as will the graphs that are on this page, and they will look at the monthly account change percentage. So this is just a visual representation of how the account has changed on a month-by-month basis. We've got an equity graph in the bottom left corner, and then an account growth percentage per trade. So this just looks at how the account has changed on a per trade basis. So each point represents one trade. And again, this will look at all the data that you've entered into the journal. On the crypto version, we also get a position size calculator. So this works similar to the other ones. So by default, you can leave all these cells empty and it'll just be fine. The current trade log balance is echoed at the bottom. So this will just take the last trade balance recorded from the trade log and just let you know what that is to save you flicking through the tabs all the time. So if we were going to use this, we could hit 24,215. Let's say we were going to trade Bitcoin. It's not doing so well at the minute, it's at about 32,000. We were going to set a stop loss at 31,500 and we were going to look to take it to 33,000. We want to risk 2%. We'd need to trade 0.97 Bitcoins. And that capital needed would be 30,000, well, 31,000 pretty much, so that's too much. So obviously we can change that to like 0.5%. And then we go, there's a position size that we can actually manage. This is obviously if you're not trading with leverage. If you're buying these outright, then the capital needed will let you know, and you can compare that to your balance to see if you've got enough. So when we come to enter a trade, we're going to enter 0.24 on the Bitcoin market at 32,000. So trade log then, how does this work? If you've used my free trading journals in the past, which you might not have done if you trade crypto because I didn't have a crypto version for them, then this might be new to you. If it's not, it'll be familiar to you. But it's fairly simple. Basically, you just enter all your trade details in the white cells that you can see on this page. So for example, if we were going to enter a trade onto today's date, let's put that at 11 o'clock. We hit trade because that's what we're entering. We would go BTC for Bitcoin. We're going to go long. Again, you can use the drop downs for these. 32,000 was the entry price, and we were going to trade 0.26, I believe it was. 0.24, the calculator is telling me. We were going to get out at 31,500 and we were going to trade it up to 33,000. So we can see that the R multiple on this trade is 2. So we're going to make twice as much profit as what we've risked on this trade, which is correct looking at the numbers. And if we did get out at 33,000, let's say a couple of days later, so 24th, 21, and we got out 4:23 in the afternoon, you can see that we've achieved an actual return of 2R. But obviously, let's say we get out at 32,800, this will be slightly different. So your achieved R and your planned R can be different, and the journal does allow for that, which is good. We'll change that back. You can see that we've risked 0.5% of our account, which we knew we would from the position size calculator. We've made a gross profit of £240. We had £10 worth of costs, let's say, so we've got a net profit of £230. And then this will tell us what the account change percentage based on that trade was. So we made just under 1%. That would be because of the trade cost there. And then we have a new account balance, and it will also tell us the trade duration for that trade. So it was 4 days, 5 hours, 23 minutes, which is cool to know. Then we have opportunity to add a couple of screenshots. So to add these, you just go up to insert, hit link, and then you find the picture if you've saved it that you want to add into the journal. If not, if you're using TradingView, a cool thing that you can do is you can come over to here, you can hit this screenshot button. This will give you a URL that you can copy, and then you can insert this straight into the journal. So what you can do is highlight the screenshot you want to do, hit link in the address bar, just paste that URL, hit OK, and you can see that this has now been linked. And if you click that, it will take you to that saved screenshot. And TradingView holds these forever, as far as I'm aware. So this is a really easy way to manage your screenshots without having to hoard them on your computer somewhere if you don't want to. So coming back to this, so we can have a before and after screenshot, and you can also give yourself a discipline rating. So this is usually out of 10, for example. So if everything went well, give yourself a 10. If things didn't go so well, maybe give yourself a 2. Let you decide. This is to give you sort of some feedback on how you're managing your trades. Then we have a trade notes section for anything that you want to record specific to the trade. This could be general notes, a strategy you used, or just general observations. And then when you're entering trades, you can ignore the deposit and withdrawal column, and we'll come to that in a second. Now, the cool thing about this new premium trade journal is the ability to add scales. So, for example, if we were opening this trade, but we wanted 2 portions, on the first portion you would log it as a trade, and on the second you would add it as a scale in or out. So again, it's on Bitcoin. Oops. It's obviously exactly the same trade, so we got in the same price, 0.24. So because the whole position is 0.24, I'm going to split this in half. Depends how you split your portions, but if that's how you do it, then obviously just half it, but these need to add up to your total position size. Again, we're going to keep the same stop loss, but this time we're going to aim for a little bit more profit, so 33,200. And you can see that our planned R multiple has increased now. So let's say that we hit that 32,200 on the next day, 2021, and we did that at 9:15. So we can come over to, I'm not sure why that's saying that. Oh, it's because we got 32. Because I've mistyped it. It's correct, see? I thought my formulas were broken and they're bang on. It's me, I can't enter trades. So yeah, the achieved R rate was 2.4, which is what we thought it would be. You can see now that we've risked 0.25% on each trade, so it's still the same risk. And then this time we've made a little bit more profit, so you can change the costs if needed. And then yeah, you can see that now this trade has been split up into 2 portions. And the cool thing about this journal is that it won't log these as 2 separate trades, it will log them only as one. It knows that this is all part of the same trade, and it will treat it as the same trade. So if you have one portion that loses and one portion that wins, it will check to see what the overall result of that trade is, rather than having a winning trade and a losing trade. It will check, which is cool. And again, you can have the screenshots and discipline rating for each portion as well. So that's just a cool feature. If you do scale in or out of trades, obviously you could have different entry points and the same exit points, or a mix of the both, however you want to configure it. Now, if you want to record deposits and withdrawals, you can do that very easy too. 11 o'clock too. Instead of choosing trade or scale in and out, just choose deposit or withdrawal. So for example, if we want to add a deposit, we enter the date and time we made the deposit, choose deposit. We can leave the rest of this page empty. All the trade data we don't need to enter. We just need to enter what the deposit was. So let's say £1,000. The trade account balance will be updated with the new deposit, and then we can move on to the next entry for the next trade or whatever it is that we're doing. And withdrawals work exactly the same way. If you change that to withdrawal, you'll see that the £1,000 has now been taken away from the account balance, and again, you can carry on entering in this fashion. The one thing you do need to make sure you do on this page is just enter your starting account balance and journal start date when you first start using the journal. You just need to do that once when you first open the journal, and then you're good to go. And that's the trade log. Very, very simple to use. The trade summary tab is next, and this just breaks down some of the key metrics that you can see listed. So we've got all of our metrics listed on the left hand side here, And then these numbers are the corresponding metrics for all the trades entered within the trade log. So this doesn't break it down by time or anything. This is everything entered. So you can see we've got things like the average discipline rating, trade expectancy, planned and achieved R rates, hold times, and then general information about those trades, average winning trade, losing trade, number of trades taken, and so on. And then on the right hand side, this is all broken down into month-on-month performance for the particular year selected at the top. So you can change this if needed. If you do have more than 1 year data for more than 1 year, you can change that at the top there. And then this will show you how each month performed independent of each other. So you can see if there was good months, bad months, maybe months you had problems in. It's really good for taking a deep dive on your results and finding problems if they exist, or finding places where you've done really well. Being able to look at this in a more granular form definitely helps, and that's what this aims to do. And then we've got a graph analysis page where we can look at our results in a time way. So this breaks it down hour by hour, and you can see how you've performed in each of these hour slots. So you might find that there's a particular time of the day that you trade particularly well, and then maybe a particular time of the day that you tend to lose money. This just helps you identify that. We've got that same information popped into a bar chart here to represent that even further. And then we've got the monthly account change percentage, account growth percentage per trade, and end of month equity graph, as these are the same graphs that were included in the dashboard tab. They work exactly the same way. And then we have the trade duration versus result. So this is a scatter graph to show you the relationship between the trade duration and the trade result. So you might find correlations between these two factors. For example, you might notice that the longer a trade tends to drag on, the more likely it is that it's not going to work out, or the other way around. You'll be able to tell from where the points are on this graph. It's a really useful tool. And then the last tab is the journal's variable tab. This is fairly simple to use. The journal inputs you can just leave alone. You don't need to mess around with that. The trade journal years, just enter the years that you actually use the journal in, and then this will let you select those years from this drop down. And then the markets traded, again, really simple. Just enter the markets that you're trading within this. So you can see we've got Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Doge. Let's say you trade Cardano as well. If that message ever pops up, just go to review, unprotect sheet. So I'm just going to put card. When you enter new trades, just click this button and press sort A to Z. Sorry, when you enter new markets, and it will sort it by alphabetical order. It just makes them easier to find if you've got a long list. And then when you come to it, you can see we've got card now in that list too. And that's the trade journals tab. And that's pretty much the overview of the journal itself. And like I've said before, all of these journals come with support via the Discipline Trader community. So this is exclusive to Premium Journal members as it stands. So we've got an announcement space for any announcements that I'll make that will be to do with bug fixes or just general improvements. I'll let all the users know within this announcements tab. We've got a tutorial section for all the tutorials that you'll ever need for the journal. If there's anything missing in here, let me know and I'll get it added. We've got a Q&A section for any questions that you need to ask about the journals, suggestions for future improvements or just general suggestions for the journals, and a report a bug section for obviously if you run into any issues or bugs that you find in the journals, let me know in this section and I'll get them fixed ASAP. We've also got some spaces just for talking about things generally to do with Discipline Trader, so general discussions, video suggestions and asking me questions. But this community is here just to provide all the members of this premium journal with the support they need in order to use it fully. This is charging for these journals is not something I've done before, and I want to make sure that everybody who buys these journals gets the proper support they need to use it. And I think this community section of the website will help do that. So there'll be information within the course that you buy on the website. If you go to disciplinetrader.co.uk, navigate to the premium journals section. When you purchase the journals, you don't just get one. You don't just get the crypto. If you pick the crypto, you get all the premium journals in there. So yeah, you'll find all the information that you need within that course if you do purchase it. But go check it out on the website, disciplinetrader.co.uk, and then if you navigate to the premium journals section, you'll find all the details on the webpage. But if you do have any questions, drop me a comment down below. I'll respond as quickly as I can, as I always do. Let me know what you think. I really like these journals. I think they'll help a lot of people. But interested